Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm wanting to start this video by saying thank you guys for subscribing to me. Since last time I had 700 subscribers and was wanting to get to 1,000. You guys blew it out of the water and we got to 2,400 subscribers. It's been 2 months since I've uploaded. A lot's been going on. I've just been trying to get monetized by YouTube, and then I had a surprise because I finally got a gun company to send me one of the guns to try out, and it's GAMO. I'm a huge supporter for GAMO. I really like GAMO rifles, and this one's like the pinnacle of what you can get when it comes to GAMO rifles. This thing is awesome. It's really ridiculous. I'll show you guys the gun here in a second. I was just wanting to say thank you to all the support and thank you guys for subscribing. Hopefully we can hit 3,000 soon. I don't know. I just hope this video does really good so I can make GAMO happy, because it's a big deal for me to get a gun from a company, you know, to review, and it's awesome. Thank you, GAMO. And if you didn't see by the thumbnail, this is what we'll be looking at today. This is the GAMO Swarm Magnum Gen 2. This is the most powerful 22 pellet rifle that you can buy from a company, not some made up one that some guy built in his garage. This thing right here is almost too much really to shoot around with. It's an awesome gun. It's amazing. On the box, it claims to shoot 1,300 feet per second with PBA pellets, which is the light alloy pellets. They don't weigh anything, so they fly really fast. And I don't have any of those with me today, sadly. I was wanting to try some out, but they're kind of expensive. It's more expensive than like ammo for like 223, 5.56. It's crazy for a pellet. But instead, we'll be shooting the Crosman hollow point premiers and some of the GAMO red fire pellets, which are pretty unique. If you look at them, hope that's focused on it. If you look at them, they have a red tip on them. It's like a red diamond shaped piece of plastic. It's like a really weird strong plastic that they encase in lead. Cool, we'll shoot it today. And another thing I'm going to point out, I don't have this thing completely dead on right now, but I have it close enough right now where I can shoot baubles and stuff, which I set some up in the background as you saw at the beginning of the video. And we're gonna take those 3 out. There was 4, one fell. I'll have to pick it up after. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. But I guess we can start talking about the gun itself. The scope that's on this gun it's a pretty great scope. If you take off the caps, which I'll do right now, you can see you can adjust it with your fingers. You don't have to have like a screwdriver or anything to adjust the scope on this, which is really, really nice and convenient. And it's so much better. I don't know why all companies didn't do this to start with, but it's a really great way to sight in the gun. It makes it more fun to shoot because you can just like adjust it anytime you want. It's no big deal. You just take the cap off and you go at it. And another thing we gotta talk about, the Gen 2, is the magazine. The magazine lays flat in there, and to take it out, you pull back on that lever right there and it falls out. Here's the magazine. It's weird looking. It's a lot different. It's a recoil activated magazine, which means every time you shoot the gun, it'll recoil and send the next pellet into the slot where it's going to be put in the barrel. Because it's recoil activated, you can't double feed pellets. You know, when you load one up and you like break the barrel down and then you put the barrel back up and you forget you did that, so you go to do it again. Oh, if you did that with like a Gen 1, you loaded 2 pellets into the barrel, which means it's going to be really hard for the rifle to push that out, and it's not good on the rifle. So this one, where it's recoil activated, when it feels the recoil, that's when the magazine moves over to the next round. It's a weird concept, and it's pretty unique. It's pretty crazy, and it's weird. And these magazines aren't that expensive either. They're about the same price as the Gen 1s from GAMO, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they didn't make it overly expensive. Another thing I want to talk about was the suppressor on the end. This is supposedly the best suppressor they make. GAMO does. It does pretty good. I mean, this rifle's a lot louder than my other GAMO, the Swarm Whisper, but that's because it's so much more powerful. It literally has twice the energy. Yeah, twice the energy, twice the power of the Whisper, Fusion, and Maxim. This has twice that power. It's ridiculous. Those are, I think, around 13, 14 foot-pounds of energy. This is around 26, 27 foot-pounds of energy. That's a big, big difference, and it really shows. So now let's talk about the buttstock on it. It also has this, the regular rubber buttstock. It's a little bit too much for a pellet rifle, I know, but it is nice. It's grippy. Another thing I realized, you can take these blocks out. See that? If you want it to be softer on your shoulder. But I'm leaving them in because I don't want to lose these, because I want to keep this gun intact. So, and it doesn't have that much recoil, so it's not bad at all. I'm just going to leave those in there so I don't lose them. Now, there is something about this gun that I actually love. And I'm sad I'm not using it like that, but I want to check the scope out. Is the fixed sights. These sights are some of the best sights I've seen on any rifle. I mean, they are amazing. They're like beautiful. They're even metal and everything. They're not like cheap plastic or nothing. They're really pretty, really crisp sights. Another thing I found out was this riser for the scope. They said it's supposed to keep it where it reduces like 90% of the recoil of the gun on the scope. So the scope never feels any recoil. I don't know how that works, but that's what it says. I don't really know myself because I'm obviously not an expert at that. But apparently, that's what this does. It keeps the recoil low and also picks up the scope over the front sights because you got to see past those. Another thing on this, all the triggers are adjustable. And this one actually has a metal trigger, which is nicer than my other one, which is plastic. And you adjust it through there, that little screw in there. And it's a really nice trigger. It's a fun shooting gun. It's really nice. I like the metal trigger. I wish that the trigger itself had a little bit more of a texture, like on the trigger itself, just like a little bit, but it's not bad at all. It's a really nice, clean trigger. Love it. I'm not complaining about it at all. Oh yeah, and another thing about this scope, this is an adjustable scope, an adjustable zoom scope. Right here, it's 3x9 power, which is exactly what you need for a pellet rifle. It's awesome scope. I do wish that it had the adjustment for the clarity at the distance, like you're aiming. Like if you have it zoomed all the way in, it's hard to see the crosshairs. Other than that, it's a really good scope, and I really like it a lot. Right here on the butt, you see you got the cheek riser. This is actually really nice because it really feels planted. Like when you're holding it, it adds like another point of contact to your rifle. And you can like really keep your gun steady just by using your cheek, just aiming. It's really nice. And another thing, this has the pistol grip on it, and it makes it even better to shoot because you can just keep it so accurate and steady while you're walking around or whatever. You know, you can just look right down the scope, and you can keep it a lot steadier like this than holding one, you know, a regular old rifle stock. And if you're looking at the back of this, you're wondering what this green ring is. This means it's a hunting rifle. There's 3 different colors of rings. The green stands for hunting, the red stands for pest control and recreational shooting, just like, you know, randomly shooting cans and stuff. The blue ring is for target and competition shooting. So if you see one with a blue ring, which you probably won't see those at your average store because they're like more of a competition rifle. They're a lot more nice, a lot more expensive too, I would assume. That's what the blue stands for. Like I said, this one's the green, this is the hunting one, which is what I would have wanted anyways, because I'm not a competition shooter. I'm not good at shooting quarter size groups at 25 yards. It's just not me. I'm just a casual shooter. I really enjoy shooting guns and stuff. This one's really nice because it gives you the power that you want. You know, you want something that's really like blow a hole through like a piece of wood or something. It's awesome because you want something that's a little bit more powerful so you can like shoot bottles and stuff like that and really do a lot of damage to stuff you shoot. It's really fun, like cans and stuff. Another thing that differs this one from the other GAMOs is you can tell the barrel on this one is actually a metal barrel instead of the other ones. They're like a plastic shroud with a thin, I would say it's a thinner barrel inside of those. I don't know, I've never taken one apart, but this one has a steel barrel that shows. I'm not the biggest fan of the steel barrel because, like me, I sweat a lot when it's hot like today and humid. And if you want to touch that barrel, it can cause rust. And I know you can just clean it after you get done shooting, but I'm not the type to clean my guns every time I shoot. Well, especially pellet rifles. I rarely clean those. But where this one's steel, I have to make sure I keep my hand off of this. When I break it down, what I do, I grab the suppressor, break it, and then I cock it. That way I keep my hand off this barrel to keep it from rusting, because this is a really nice gun. These aren't cheap at all. This one is, I think, about $340, I think. This is a $340 rifle, which is over twice as much as the GAMO Whisper, the Swarm Whisper, but you're getting twice the gun for that price. I mean, you're getting a scope that's 1,000,000 times better. You're getting literally twice the power and you're getting this beautiful stock. It makes it so fun to shoot. And you're getting fixed sights, the Gen 2 magazine, which is really, really nice. I mean, this is a unit right here, son. I tell you, this is probably my favorite gun that I own now. It's amazing. And I have just a few complaints about the gun that aren't really too bad, but they are complaints, is the front sight, the guard on it right here, will pop off. And it's not hard to make that come off. I was just moving it around the house one day, didn't even notice it was about to fall off, and it was just barely hanging on. But you can just push it back in the groove. It just like, it clamps on to some grooves right here, and that's how it stays on. Another thing is the size of this. The size of this is massive. When I go to load this in my car, it touches one side to the other of the car. Like, I'm afraid if I shut the door, I'm gonna slam it against the other door. I mean, it's that long. It's huge. It's the biggest gun, like longest, that I have in my cabinet. It's even longer than my duck gun. That's how long this thing is. It's a huge gun. But the reason it's so big is because you got to have the leverage to pull this thing down. And that's what we'll get at here, is caulking this thing is really hard. It's not for kids or anyone who's not strong, because this gun really takes some pressure to break that barrel down. Yesterday, I put about 100 rounds through it, and my arm was killing me at the end of the day. But like I said, it's a trade-off. You have arm pain for power, and I'll definitely pick power all the time. But yeah, this thing's just, it's so long just so it's easier to caulk, honestly. You have to have a good grip. If they didn't have this on it, it would be really hard to caulk this thing. It takes a ton of effort to caulk it. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna load up the magazine, set up the chronograph, and we're gonna fire some rounds through it, see what FPS we get, and then I'll do the conversion of whatever we get the average FPS. That way you can see the kind of foot-pounds of energy you get from shooting this rifle. Let me just show you real quick how you load this. On the sides, you twist these, you go to the next round, and you just put it in. Make sure it's pushed in all the way, and you just go to the next one, load it, put it in, and then the next one. Pretty simple. Oh, I dropped that one, but pretty simple. You just put it in, and like I said, all you got to do to shoot this gun is you just break the barrel and shoot, as long as this magazine's full. And it holds 10 rounds, by the way, which makes it a lot easier and a lot faster for follow-up shots. The Swarm design is a really cool gun. Check out GAMO. They make some really cool pretty much repeating air rifles. And the way that you load this rifle is you take your magazine, and it has this little pointy end, the little bottom lip sticking out. That goes toward the back, and then you just push down till you hear a click, and that's how it's loaded. Now let me show you how hard this thing is to caulk. It's kind of a pain. So it takes some strength. My arm still hurts from yesterday, I found out, apparently. Okay, we got the chronograph ready. It's zeroed in. It's ready for it. What we're running right now is the 14.3 grain Crosman hollow points. Just your basic off-the-shelf ammo. Let's see what it shoots. 938 feet per second. That's a getting it. Next one. 934. Woohoo! Man, this thing's really, really booking it today. All right. Next shot. 916. 932. Woohoo! Holy crap, this thing's got some power. Now the final shot. 933. So the low to that was 916 feet per second with 14.3 grain pellets, and the high was 938. That's getting it. All right, so that means that we did 27.5 foot-pounds of energy with this pellet rifle. That's a ton of power right there. I'll put it to you this way. Hold on. I'll show you this. I was using this 3/4 inch plywood, right? This is plywood, not chipboard. 3/4 inch. And I put little round targets on the front, and it was just blowing holes through the back of this 3/4 inch plywood. I mean, literally just destroying this piece of plywood. Powerful gun. All right, so let's take some shots at the steel targets down there. I have 5 rounds left in this magazine. We're going to take it out on those plates and then this closer plate. And remember, always put on safety glasses when you're shooting with high-powered pellet rifles like this. I know the swinging targets that I have down there, they're safe to shoot at because they're made to take the inertia and shoot the pellet down into the ground, but always wear safety glasses just in case. Going for the large hanging target. Makes a good ring too. It's a nice one. The smaller one. Smack it. This thing just makes a lot louder smack whenever it hits something compared to the other rifle. This thing, you can tell, has way more power. Now the middle one. Woohoo! Now the second smallest one. Hit. Now the last one, the smallest one. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I must have done a pretty good job signing it in yesterday after putting 100 rounds through it. I better have. All right, next I'm gonna load up 5 pellets and we're gonna go for the water bottles laying down there. We'll shoot them. Just gotta load up the magazine. All right, so those 3 bottles sitting down there. We're gonna start on the one that's left of the targets, sitting on a rock. Got him. Now there's one in the middle in front of the targets. God, you just saw the water just splash everywhere. And now there's one to the right of those plates down there. Haven't missed a shot all day. It's because it has a good scope on it. It actually hits accurately. Well, since we're at it, let's put 3 shots on those hanging targets again. I'll even start with the small one this time. And I jinxed myself. There I go. First shot missed. Okay. Small one again. Smacked it. Now let's go for the big one. Smacked it too. All right, let's go for these plates right here. Like I said, this thing is a ton of fun. It has a ton of power for a pellet rifle. Let me go down there and go pick up those bottles and I'll bring them up here and show you what they did. All right, so I went down there and got the bottles. Ripped a big hole in it. I've been wondering if the big hole is from the entrance wound. That's what I'm starting to think. I think the big holes on these are from the entrance wounds, not the exit wounds. Because right here on the other side, it's a small hole, but it's poked outward. Now this one was interesting. When I shot it, no holes in it, right? You gotta look very close. It went straight through and didn't even explode the ball. It's going so fast, it just went straight through it. That's interesting. I haven't seen that yet with any pellet rifle. Oh yeah, it also knocked the cap off when it did that. This one ripped a hole in it. But like I said, I don't know which one's the entrance hole and which one's the exit hole, because this one, it's pushed inward right here where it got hit, and on this side, it's pushed outward. See? Interesting. I always thought the big tear would always be the exit hole, but it's not, apparently, with pellet rifles. All right, so we're gonna be shooting one of the Crosman red pellets, red fire, at these bottles and see how many it goes through. I decided to use this time instead because it's a really cool pellets, and I feel like they might do better than the regular Crosman Premier. Let's see what happens. All right, so we got 4 lined up. Let's shoot them before they fall. Shooting the GAMO red fire pellets, 22. All right, let's see what happens. Oh my God. If I was worried about rust before, I just covered the gun in water. Great. Dang. Interesting. Huh. Well, we caught a pellet in the bottle. It only went through 1.5, guys. Interesting. I think that the GAMO ones, the red fires, they're meant, when they hit, they're meant to hit and explode into whatever they're shooting. So all the energy is stopped in whatever you're shooting at. So it'd be like really good for squirrel hunting. Let's set this up real quick. And this time, use the Crosman Premier pellets. See what they do. Crosman Premier pellets at 3. Yeah, just got soaked. Okay. Yep, that did it. Well, we got, this was the one that was on the end. This one's ripped open. And this one also went through. I'm pretty sure that would have went through 4 with those Crosman Premiers. Holy crap. It went through all 3 of the ones we had left. Now I'm soaked. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed it because I've been wanting this gun for years now. And I get the best one that came out, the Gen 2. It's such an awesome gun. I'm glad I have it, and I'll be using it a lot. I'm sure it'll be in a few more videos probably, but not specifically me reviewing the gun, but using it for cool stuff. I want to thank GAMO for sending this out for me to review. It's a big deal to me because I love GAMO, apparently, because I bought mine before I reached out to GAMO, and they sent me this. It's awesome. And I say thank you to you guys, which made all this possible. But thank you guys for getting me to 2,400 subscribers. Hopefully we can get to 3,000 soon. And right before we get off, I want to tell you, you need to pick one of these up. If you enjoy shooting pellet rifles, this is the best one you can get. It's the most powerful, and it's the best looking for sure. Awesome gun. I would recommend buying it. It's a lot. I was going to buy it before they sent it to me, but I mean, it would have been months and months down the road whenever YouTube finally starts paying me, instead of demonetizing my videos. But this gun's great. Thank you, GAMO. You helped me out a lot. I missed out on a lot because of monetization problems, but I'm trying to get everything fixed where I can start buying more guns and making more content, because guns ain't cheap. That's for sure. I already ordered me another gun because of you guys. Just your views, just you helping me. I've already ordered another gun that I have a video coming up on. It's not in yet, but it's ordered. I'll be picking it up this week sometime. And I want to say thank you guys for that. There's nothing more I'd want to do than shoot guns and enjoy them and show them off to you. Alright, thank you. See you guys in the next video.